Warning, the build you are about to see is not meta, viable, good, or fun. Any footage of this build winning has been selectively cherry-picked from a great deal of invasions that mostly ended poorly. Some footage may or may not have been doctored. Please do not attempt to reenact or recreate any of the events you are about to see. They are being performed by an unpaid amateur. Thank you.
Alright, gentlemen, I want you to repeat after me just how I do it. Ready? Your turn. Very good. Go ahead now. Good golly. Bring it around now. Ladies. Good golly. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Mr. Charlie Puth on keys.
Yes, I am invading naked at Meta Post Pontiff. Yes, I have negative 4% absorption values in every single damage type. Look at the chip damage on that fire surge. Holy shit. But no, I do not think that I have lost my mind. I do not think that I have lost my mind. I know a lot of you are probably thinking that I have right now. Managed to chug up and panic roll away. Speaking of panic rolls, I've talked to a couple fish who invade with extremely low absorption values. First it was LothricKnightGreatsword, or the YouTuber formerly known as LothricKnightGreatsword. He said that he sometimes invades with just the Master's set on, and he says that really helps him with his roll discipline. Essentially, if you're gonna die in 2 hits, you better not get hit. And then I also, one time, brought up Fawux's montage where he invades naked with the Calamity ring on. He probably dies in 1 hit instead of the 2 it takes to kill me. And Namph commented on one of my videos and said that he did that partially to increase his roll discipline. So I figured, you know what, I'll give it a shot. All these very good fish are telling me that a good way to increase roll discipline is to invade naked, and then hopefully that will translate back when I go back to wearing my chunky ass armor. But anyway, I just figured I would give it a shot, though I'm probably playing a lot more sweaty and try hard, traditionally rustic than they are. I guess I'm doing something right. Managed to make this guy DC while naked, so anyway, back to roll discipline. So I want to ask something today. Does it actually work? Does invading with incredibly low absorption values actually increase your roll discipline? And my answer, based off of limited experience and a limited first impression, is no. It does not make you any better at reaction rolling. And to talk about why that is, I would like to first talk about the 4 types of attacks I usually get hit by when I invade with very high absorption value armor, usually Lap Cathedral, etc., etc. The first type of attack that I usually get hit by is an unreactable attack. I'm playing on a basic PS4, 30 frames per second, means that it is functionally impossible for me to reaction roll a curved sword or a dagger, regardless of whether I am invading with very high absorption values or very low absorption values. I can't reaction roll an attack, I can't reaction roll, basically, regardless of my absorption. The second type of attack that I often fail to reaction roll is attacks that come from off screen. Regardless of whether I'm invading with high absorption values, or low absorption values. If I'm focused on a Dragon Slayer Great Axe and I get hit by an Astora charge from out of screen, I'm not going to be able to reaction roll it because I didn't see it coming. I can't reaction roll something I can't see, regardless of whether my absorption values are high or low. The third type of attack that I commonly fail to reaction roll comes when I reaction roll one attack, but then get roll caught by a second attack. This essentially acts as a frame trap, because if I fail to reaction roll the first attack, then I'll get hit by both of them, whereas if I reaction roll the first attack, then I'll place myself in a position where I have to get hit by the second one. The fourth type of attack that I commonly find myself failing to reaction roll is when I think that I've correctly spaced an attack on my screen, but due to latency I get hit anyway. This isn't really me failing to reaction roll, it's more me thinking that I'm out of range, and then choosing not to reaction roll because I believe I'm out of range. And unfortunately, unless I assess the latency better, then regardless of my absorption values, I'm going to get hit by that. So the common thread throughout all four of these situations is that regardless of what my absorption values are, I'm probably still going to get hit by whatever I'm failing to reaction roll. So roll discipline will not really be improved by me having low absorption values. So what are the actual repercussions of invading with extremely low absorption values? Here's my answer: it kills your aggression. Due to the way that Dark Souls 3 PvP works, more or less, playing defensively and playing passively is usually the safe route to go, whereas playing aggressively is more of a high-risk, high-reward option. Pontiff Knight Curved Sword is probably one of the best weapons in the game for playing aggressively, but at the same time, I'm currently scared to try and get in on this Demon Scar user because I'm afraid of getting black flamed in the face. Due to my low absorption values, I'm afraid to take risks that I would not be afraid to take if I had higher defenses. If I wasn't at risk of dying in 2 hits, then, I would be more willing to try and take risks to make this guy aggressive. Also, my thought process at the moment is that I'm trying to distract this guy so that he can't chuck CBV at my friends, but what he's trying to do is distract me so that his friends can kill my friends. It's this awkward standoff of trying to distract each other, but eventually I realize that, he's going to do nothing but roll. And then at that point he gets some applause because, dude, seriously, press R1, you got a Demon Scar. It's good as shit. So, what's the other repercussion, in my opinion, of invading with incredibly low absorption values, besides having your aggression essentially neutered because you have to play much, much more carefully to ensure that you don't get hit? Because if you do get hit, then you're going to be taking a lot more damage. Effect number 2 is that latency and lag essentially becomes incredibly annoying to deal with. Not necessarily impossible to deal with, but more irritating when it affects the result of a fight. Me and that White Phantom, for example, the dude who just sat down like a cocky bastard, he and I do not have a great connection. His Dark Sword has all the range in the world. It's like we're back in 2016. So, whenever he hits me, it feels like he essentially hasn't earned it. I spaced it correctly on my screen, though I did not space it correctly on his, but I don't know how I'm supposed to know that, besides instinct and a lot of experience, hours of dealing with latent connections. Anyway, so it feels like the hits that he gets on me when they are the result of latency or lag, they feel unearned on my end. And due to them feeling unearned, the fact that I take more damage because I have low absorption values becomes even more incredibly frustrating. It's frustrating to get punished in any capacity when you don't really feel like you've made a mistake. This only increases when, you're wearing no armor and therefore take all the damage in the world. I like how he swapped to the Chaos Dagger, even though he would have totally one-shot me anyways, because, I'm naked. I'm gonna die from basically any riposte. Anyway, but interesting that on the one hand, he totally would have finished me off even without his Chaos Dagger, but then again, his Chaos Dagger would have finished me off regardless of what armor I would have been wearing. Also, fun fact, applauding your opponent after making him chug a single solitary Estus, and then getting obliterated without landing a single hit on him for the rest of the fight is actually, believe it or not, a true combo. Not a lot of people know about it, but it is really, really strong. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing salty gestures this video. Apparently, this build just brings out the worst in me. But enough talking about what low absorption values will do or should do to your playstyle. Let's get down to the meaty questions like, can this build kill tryhard gankers? Can this build deal with one of the most notorious gankers of post-Pontiff, Dimebag666777? Dude is here all the time. He actually has a pretty interesting build. Dimebag, if you want to stop getting featured in my videos, you should stop giving me such great invasions. Sorry. Anyway, can this build kill Dimebag 666777? And the answer is no, but that'll be funny later for reasons you will see. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I have to say about this build. Just sit back, y'all, enjoy the music, and enjoy watching two very good invaders and one very, very, very bad invader go to work. Anyway, peace. Told you this build couldn't kill Dimebag. Keep it silly, y'all.